Alrighty, we are here going to the Litton Farm. I'm going to get a few pictures. It is a blustery, cold day. It's pretty, but it's about 32. Here with Papaw, and we're going to just pick up a few little odds and ends today. So, going to hike from here up to Alford Smith Road, check a few overlooks out, and try to find a few places there at the Litton cabin. It's referred to as the Litton cabin or the General Slavin cabin. Basically, first owned by Litton, then General Slavin owned it when it was sold to the park. And by the way, General was his name, not his rank in the military. Now we're not far off the trail, and a lot of signs of life from back in the day. Foundation stones and what appears to be remnants of an old shed. Old log pole type construction, and fell in. Alright, more signs of life. Lots of remnants from old home places. Alright, we're going down into the Litton Farm. We took the shortcut, by the way. We drove in Litton Farm Road off of Duck and Hollow and parked. Dropped another car off at Alford Smith. So we're going to do a little bit of a shuttle. Never done this little short trail. I've come in the other way from Bandy, but this is a sweet little trail. Got a lot of good formations, very scenic. I think you'll enjoy it. Fascinating part about this little hike is that just seemingly out of nowhere a farm appears. Of course, we're looking at it from our perspective 100 years ago. Wouldn't have been out in the middle of nowhere. What makes this place so appealing to me is the background of my own life, where my grandparents lived in a house at the time I thought was a normal conventional construction, and then they died, tore the house down, and lo and behold, it was a log cabin. Typically what happened was that as you got more affluent financially, then you would put the siding or this imitation brick tar paper on a house and cover the logs up inside and out. Then when they tore my grandparents' house down, exposed the log cabin, and inside on the cabin were newspapers. Now what happens typically on a log cabin, you have the log and you have what's known as the chinking in the material between the logs, and due to weathering and shrinkage you'll get a lot of air coming in around the logs, and typically they were very cold. And what would happen is that you put the newspaper on there just as a cheap form of insulation. But this is typical of many homes, especially my grandparents. Start out with a log structure. It's been expanded to a few more rooms. Cover the logs with wood siding later on, and then try to get a warmer environment. But again, this brings back a lot of memories. You can see the newspapers on the wall. My other theory was that old linoleum. My other theory was that log cabins, after they got some age, got very dark, kind of dreary, and I think the white of the newspaper may have brightened it up some for the folks inside. One thing about Big South Fork is that you've got the stuff that everybody knows about, and then you got stuff that maybe a few know about, not listed on maps. You basically have to get out and do a little bit of research. And this is an example. I don't know how many people know about the old corral right by the barn. You can come up here and see the barn, the house, and keep on hiking and not realize there's more to be seen. Think about the ingenuity of building a small corral here. Sheltered from the elements, cool in the summer. So if you're here, check out the corral. Just go across the road from the barn and up the hill. One of those well-known, well, a lot of folks know about it, but a lot of folks don't. You see the main stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can come to Big South Fork and see all the stuff that's on the pamphlet and the well-known stuff, but once you get past that, there's just so much more to see. Papaw and I love this time of year. We get off trail, we check some structures out that aren't well known, and it's just a great hobby, and also helps bring up the whole thing of developing a network of friends that you can share your information with, and they find something, they let you know, you find something, you let them know, and a lot of these lesser known things get to be seen by more people. Alrighty, we have left the farm and we're going to walk back to the intersection at Grand Gap Loop and turn left and head back to the car and a little section of the John Muir. You can also, up at the intersection, hang back to the right and you'll come right out the Bandy Creek campsite there at the pool. Oh, it's beautiful. You got a lot of almost rhododendron tunnels, so nice little trail. Well, we just couldn't help ourselves. We came out to the overlook on John Muir, and so glad we did. Son of a gun, this is nice. And we got our first view of the river. Wow. Alrighty, we have made the loop. We started at Litton's cabin, and we've walked back up to the first car, and we're gonna go back to the Litton Farmhead and pick my car up. So we've had a great trail. It's a great hike. Loop's a little bit different than most people take, but some great overlooks and just a good hike. So hope you've enjoyed it. We'll talk to you later.